Throughout the Old Testament, there are instances when the people of Israel would fail in their ritual or symbolic obligations. And the result of that was the fact that the Jewish people were exiled twice. The temple was destroyed. The Old Testament tells us that the failure to obey God's will in the end has to result in national or even international disaster.
Immediately after consecrating the world on March 25, 1984, while in prayer before the original statue of Our Lady of Fatima, Pope John Paul II made this request of her: "Enlighten especially the peoples of which you await our consecration and our confiding," indicating that the consecration had yet to be done.
The failure to consecrate Russia is important by virtue of what it symbolizes. It symbolizes an impotent, weak church, unwilling to wage war, unwilling to teach a mankind which has deserted God. It's a fearful church.
There have been only 21 general councils of the Catholic Church in 2,000 years. The 21st and the most recent, the Second Vatican Council, was convened by Pope John XXIII in 1962 through 1965. The sudden and continuous liberalization which followed the Council's conclusion in 1965 has led some to speak of a conciliar church whose new beliefs, attitudes, and practices are different from those of the one holy Catholic Apostolic Church of all time.
In general, Fatima, I think, presents a scandal to the conciliar church because it takes faith and morals very seriously. The conciliar church is infected by relativism. I think that if you would take the errors listed in the various syllabi of errors composed by Pius IX and Pius X, that perhaps the contemporary church and its leaders would believe in many of them, as shocking as it may seem. Therefore, the stark faith of Fatima and its message that the wages of sin are most serious is something the conciliar church is very uncomfortable with. The consecration of Russia is part of the symbolism of the Fatima message. And therefore, I think the conciliar church, infested as it is with relativism, subjectivism, religious pluralism, would like to put Fatima away somewhere. They'd like to hide it away somewhere. And therefore, either they ignore it, or they'll say its message has already been accomplished, in order, I think, just to play down Fatima in general.
I think that there are powerful people in the Vatican who do not believe Our Lady of Fatima at all. They don't believe her, and they don't believe the message. And they have their own program, they have their own agenda. And that's why, and the Message of Fatima is directly opposed to their own program. And so they have to get Fatima out of the way. But they can't say it publicly.
All mankind yearns for peace. People have always yearned for peace. But the notion that we can achieve peace without divine assistance is a grave error. I think it's very important for mankind as a whole for the Church to take everything that was said at Fatima seriously.